right, Amos, your turn.
Hey, Amos here again. Yeah, so I wanted to talk about like what the step is after visibility. So like we're here talking about, you know, accepting everyone, bringing everyone in. I mean, there are still some days that I'm like at the queer function and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go gay now. Who wants to go to the Phoenix with me?
Right.
And like, you know, there's a few people that are like, I don't know if I can go there. Like, I don't know if they'll let me there. Like, I don't know if they'll want me there. And I'm like, well, come with me. Like, come with me to do this. And so there is like this shift I feel like has happened with a lot of my friends who feel more comfortable in the space, who feel more visible. And now we're like asking for the next step, which is like support in our existence and not just like being seen or like surviving, but thriving. And a part of that is like, I throw a lot of fundraisers, as many of y'all know. And a lot of, one of them was at the Phoenix, I think it was 2 years ago, we did a trans takeover at the Phoenix, and it was just beautiful. Like, so many people, we had the upstairs opened up, back when we still had the upstairs. It was opened up, and it was like trans priority. I was like kind of gatekeeping what cis men were going upstairs. I was like, you can go. I don't know. You gotta prove yourself to me first before you can go there though. But a big part of it is like having fun together, but also like knowing where we're actually at. Like there's a lot of trans siblings who like have a really hard time getting a job, and it's not necessarily because of their transness, but more so because of their like countercultureness, which is like what we are as queer people is countercultural. And like there was a point in time that I remind some of my friends where I'm like, a lot of these elder gays had to repress who they were. They had to like conform to society in order to not be seen as like, you know, scum of the earth, or like that they're gonna give someone something. Like they had to like, you know, put on a face that we don't have to do that anymore. We can be our full selves. We can be countercultural all the time, which is hitting us harder when we try to apply for jobs, when we try to get work, or like, you know, there's some of us who do work a lot. Like I do many jobs, and like any extra money that I have goes back into my community. I have like 3 or 4 young trans friends that I like pretty much fully financially support. And a lot of them are on like, you know, government assisted housing and are on Medicaid for now. And so I'm just like mostly helping them like get meals every day. So that's something that I think that, you know, within visibility comes like actual community, and actual community looks like feeding each other and, you know, really checking in and being like, oh, like, do you need more cat litter? Like, oh, how's, you know, like they'll ask me how my dog's doing. I think that's so sweet. Like there might be one day where I'm like, well, she had to go to the vet, so, you know, like just ways that we like communicate with each other that at the end of the day, not only are like, I see you, but also I actually fully support you, and I fully want to see you thrive in this community and in this world that's like actively making it harder and harder for us to be, you know, active members of like whatever society looks like. And I think in New Orleans, we're really blessed to be a really queer and diverse community in general. But it's really hard when, yeah, like one of my friends, she was a homeless black trans woman for a while. She just got housing with Unity in the past year, but she's like way out in the east. They like just like put them like in the middle of nowhere when you get this assisted housing. And so like I'm driving out to the east like multiple times a week, and I just now realize I'm like, oh, I can start asking other people in the community like, hey, I already went twice this week, like could you go check in on her? Or like we do this queer strip off called Flip It and Reverse It about once a month or so. And it's majority black trans women who are a part of this. And I'm like, you know, a part of that is also reaching out to communities that might not know these girls. Come watch them perform, come watch them have fun, come watch them have a good time with each other and on stage and see how beautiful they are. And then with that visibility can then come the next level of like more tangible support. So yeah, like I'll continue to throw fundraisers, but I think that, you know, when we're bringing everyone in, there's like another step that can happen that's like, okay, how do we make sure that you're not struggling every day to day? Like a lot of the kids at Covenant House that come through Trans Queer Youth Group, you know, they're not getting like a full, nutritious, balanced meal. So it's like, oh, could we come together and like cook a meal for the Covenant House kids that's like fully nutritious and like gives them, you know, hope to see that there's people around them that also care, that aren't just the people taking care of them at this place, you know? And Trans Queer Youth NOLA, the group that I work with, we're about to get a youth house. And so with that will come more help with like making groceries and toiletries and, you know, even just like coming and hanging out. Like if we like want to have like a chill night, like just come and hang out with us and like see what we're up to, see what we're doing, see see how the kids are doing, and it's visibility, and then the next step of financial support and like physical support, whatever that looks like.
Do you feel within the community that the information on how to get these resources is widely available? And I say that to say, with all the advertising dollars that is spent here in this city for other purposes, do you feel that we as a community have enough voices to encourage or to request more education or more information about resources as far as it relates to housing, whether it's food assistance, utility assistance for the LGBT plus community? How do you see that? Where do you see that going as you say, more support after the visibility?
I do think that there's like a lot of great groups that are getting a lot of publicity. Like Trans Income Project is a nonprofit that a lot of people know about. Obviously everyone knows about Crescent Care, but then there are like within the trans community, we're just doing this day to day with each other. So there really is not much to like advertise beyond like, I guess the encouragement could be like on the cis gay community or the cis lesbian community to come with curiosity to trans people, like having more curiosity within yourself day to day to be like, oh, how are my trans siblings doing? Instead of being like, oh, what was that group that I saw posted online that one time? It's like, yeah, they're gonna keep posting and you're gonna keep seeing, and like Trans Income Project does great work, and Trans Queer Youth Group, the group that I work with, does great work, and Crescent Care, like we're all online to some degree, but I think there is a part too where we're kind of like hesitant to be online so much right now with the current administration, not really knowing. We're all kind of like, do we take trans off of our like public personas in order to like not get attacked later? Like what's that actually gonna look like? Especially with what happened with people who were protesting ICE recently, getting years in prison for just having information. They just had zines, like paper copies of information that are getting them booked for years, when it's like, okay, when is that gonna turn on to trans people? So I think there is a shift that also needs to happen where it's like, maybe less public advertising and less like Facebook and less Instagram, and more like when you physically see a trans person that you're friends with or that you know, like having that curiosity of like, oh, what's going on with y'all right now? Or like, oh, who needs housing? Or if you hear of like, oh, I know that this friend is looking for a tenant, or oh, I know that this person's like having a dinner this week, like an open like pool party that has food, like, oh, like there's gonna be trans people that are hungry that day, let me put my energy, because we've been putting energy into each other for such a long time, and there's like a joke that we have that we pass the same $20 around. To, the trans people are passing the same $20 around to each other nonstop all the time, and it's just nice to know that like, there's eventually, we tell each other, eventually there will be an influx of it's not just us taking care of us, like there will be like a broader community understanding of like, okay, we can all get in, but I think it does start with the curiosity and like the energy coming from the rest of the community to trans people, instead of trans people having to be the ones to like go out and beg all the time.
Right. So that's basically, you generalize exactly what I was getting at.
Yeah.
Us being more prevalent in approaching and taking the leadership responsibility to support each other without asking to be supportive, if that makes any sense. So that's exactly what I was getting at, but thank you.